Songs of Innocence and of Experience is a two-volume collection of poetry accompanied by illustrations, published in 1789 and 1794 by the English poet and painter William Blake. In this work, Blake explores the contrasting states of innocence and experience within the human soul, challenging the conventional Christian belief that children are born into original sin but can attain salvation through the church. Unlike the prevailing notion, Blake contends that childhood itself is not sinful, but rather a state of protected innocence, reminiscent of the paradise described in Milton's Paradise Lost. However, Blake departs from Milton by asserting that it is not arrogance or folly that leads to the loss of this innocence, but rather the corrupting influence of societal institutions like the church, government, and ruling elite. As a person gains experience, innocence gives way to fear and constraint. These two volumes are widely recognized as among Blake's most significant and influential works, contributing to the emergence of the Romantic era in European art. Songs of Innocence consists of 19 poems, with an introductory poem in which Blake assumes the persona of a shepherd, composing joyful tunes on his pipe for a child he encounters on a cloud. In The Shepherd, Blake continues to extol the simple vocation of a shepherd, which involves listening to the innocent calls and tender responses of lambs and ewes. In The Echoing Green, a somewhat somber tone emerges as the poem is narrated from the perspective of the elderly, observing children at play. Among these poems, The Lamb stands out as one of Blake's most renowned and explicitly religious verses. Here, Blake portrays the Almighty God as a gentle and meek figure, evoking the same warmth as his gentle creations, particularly the lamb. Another poem, The Little Black Boy, features a child of African descent who compares his own skin color to that of a white boy's. In Songs of Innocence and of Experience, the souls of the black boy and the white boy are equally pure. Yet the black boy believes his skin color is the result of being excessively exposed to one of God's evident expressions of love, the sun. The blossom finds the speaker reveling in the beauty of a flower while recognizing that nature, in its material aspect, remains impersonal. Still, there's a possibility of a loftier spiritual nature imbued with active benevolence. In The Chimney Sweeper, the central figure endures a grim existence but anticipates being freed by an angel and led to a holy river where the soot will be cleansed from his body. The Little Boy Lost and The Little Boy Found depict a child abandoned by his father, only to be guided back to his mother's embrace by the hand of God. The Laughing Song and A Cradle Song portray speakers deriving equal delight from the sounds of nature, the company of people, and the tender tones of a mother's voice. The divine image echoes the representation of God as a gentle lamb. However, in Holy Thursday, the speaker portrays the peculiarly militant manner in which impoverished children are paraded into the church to express gratitude to their worldly patrons. This sequence of poems places Blake's profound belief in God alongside his skepticism toward the church and its earthly representatives. Once again, Blake contrasts impersonal nature, as seen in Night where predators hunt without thought, with a higher nature wherein the lion and lamb coexist peacefully. Following Spring, which weaves imagery from several preceding poems into a joyous celebration, Nurse's Song presents a caregiver unable to suppress the lively spirits of her young charges. In Infant Joy, a mother queries her 2-day-old baby about its desired name, to which the infant responds joy since that is the only sensation it knows. The speaker envisions a mother-ant reunited with her offspring through the potentially spiritual intervention of a glowworm and a beetle in a dream. Acting as a bridge to the Experience poems, On Another Sorrow portrays a generally contented man who cannot help but share the sorrow of others. Unlike the simple shepherd narrating the Innocence poems, the speaker of the 26 poems in the Experience volume is vastly different. Here, Blake again adopts the persona of a singer, but now it is that of an older and more seasoned bard who aims to guide corrupted individuals from the realm of the material into the realm of the spirit and imagination. Many of the Experience poems come across as informal responses to various Innocence poems. For instance, the tiger directly addresses the lamb, with the speaker grappling to reconcile the fact that the same God who created the gentle lamb also brought forth the fearsome tiger. Ultimately, the speaker seems more awestruck by the fiery presence of the tiger, despite acknowledging that both were shaped by the same God. However, while the lamb was crafted, the tiger was forged amidst the violent intensity of hammers and molten metal. Another poignant juxtaposition arises with Infant Sorrow, a counterpart to the earlier Infant Joy. Although the infant may experience joy in its mother's embrace, that joy fades and is supplanted by sorrow the moment the baby is held by someone else, like the father. In this poem, experience begins to erode innocence shortly after birth. Songs of Innocence and of Experience beautifully showcases William Blake's artistic prowess at its zenith, capturing his mastery as both a poet and a painter. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.